Home for You by Floyd P. Roberts. Home for You by Floyd P. Roberts. Today I'm talking with my friend, Minister Jane Otto. We're in the park talking about things that really matters in our community. So Jane, you on fire for God. You're tired. You did that. That didn't stop you. COVID-19 didn't stop her. She is still ripping it up. Talk to me, girl. Come on.
Yes, I retired about 5 years ago. I was teaching first grade in Shafter, and when I retired, I knew that I didn't want to sit on the couch, and so there were a lot of things I felt like the Lord was calling me to. So one of the things that I did was I went and I got a certificate to be an ordained minister within the Christian and Missionary Alliance Church.
Yep.
So that was good because it was both a kind of a formal education in terms of books and papers, but it was also experiential too as I was working with the church here. So yeah, there's lots of things that are going on that I've been involved in, and one of them is a Saturate America program, and it's something our church is involved in. I heard about it last year. A friend of mine down south was talking about that this program was trying to put the gospel at everybody's homes in America, and that churches were adopting their zip code. So we adopted our zip code here at the church, and we're attempting to reach 14,000 people in our neighborhood, leaving off a packet that just has a card about our church. It has a DVD that's in 7 different languages, and we know that there's a lot of people in our community that are not, their first language is not English, so this is a help to them. And then just a little piece of literature that talks about how to have peace and how to have hope. And we know, especially during this time, that there's a lot of people that are feeling very isolated without hope, and they don't know what's coming. They're tired of everything. So this is just a little way to bring hope to people. So we're very involved in that, just walking the neighborhood, leaving this at people's doors, and getting to talk to people if they're out and about, which is kind of fun also. So that's a big thing right now. Another thing that I've been doing is I have headed up a program called Empower for Women.
Oh, yeah. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a certificate program for women. It started in New York, and we live stream it here. It's a year-long program. It's one Saturday of the month, and so it's for women. And you're involved in watching teaching, you're reading, you're interacting with each other and with the materials, and then also serving. There's some service involved in that. So this is now our 3rd year, so we've had women go through all 3 years, and we start each year with some new women. And it's just a way to help women. I like to describe it as women, well, not women only, but everybody kind of sometimes gets stuck in their Christian life and how to grow. They hear all the principles. They may even be reading the word, but they just kind of can't move on. And so this really helps to kind of get at more core issues. And then one of the really neat things about this program is that there's mentorship involved.
Right,
and
there you
so
go. That's very important.
Yeah, so our first year, you have a mentor, and then by the 2nd year, you're learning how to be a mentor. So that's really been a big help for women, and just talking together. It's not a rule-based. It's like, where are you and where do you want help, and where can we help you? And so that's been really neat to see.
Jane, what's one of the main core values of Empower? What is one of the main ones?
Oh, that's a good question.
I know it's a lot,
yeah.
because I know it's a lot.
Yeah, I think it's probably looking more within yourself to see what God is doing and then doing it. That's what I would like to
remember I think it was you giving a testimony how it was like identity, right? It was like, you remember that?
Yeah, it just recognizing who you are. And sometimes as women, we're kind of put down and we don't have value. And so it just really gets at the very core of who you are as a woman, and then how God uses that and wants to continue to use that in your life. So it's really
I
good.
love the testimony you gave when you and you and several other women also gave that. It was so inspiring to me, man. It's like your identity is one. I think you or one person said, I find out who my identity is, not wrapped up into who I am as a mother or whatever, but it's who I am in Christ. And that's our identity. You know, our identity is in Christ, not in one person.
Not what everybody else says you should be, or what you should look like, or how you should think. But what does God think of you? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So Jane, you retired and you're a minister now. And what is your day in, day out thing of a minister?
Oh, I bet all
besides all the other ones that you do.
I'm sure all ministers would love to answer that question. Yeah, it's I'm a part-time minister, so I don't work 40 hours. So my days look kind of completely different. Some days I'm working on the Saturate program, organizing that. Other days I might be mentoring. Just yesterday morning, another woman and I were mentoring a woman in North Africa through Zoom. So there's some of that. I'm also coming alongside of the women that work at our church and making sure that their job is a good fit and things that they might need, or how they're needing to grow spiritually. So there's part of that. Yeah, just all different things. It's never the same.
I know. So Jane, if a woman or anyone want to get involved with Empower, mostly women, women Empower, and they have an issue about where to serve, how can they get in touch with you? How can they get involved?
Well, you can just call our church office at the Oaks Community Church, and you can talk to somebody there, or leave a message, and they'll get it to me. You can go on the church website, which is theoaksweb.com, and there's information there. And so you can look at that, or again, look at that and then call the church, and they'll get you in contact with me. But both of these, like the Empower and Saturate, it's not just for women at our church.
Exactly. Yes.
It can be for anybody that wants to serve or wants to get out in the community distributing good information, or for somebody like in the Empower program that says, hey, that sounds really interesting. I want to start growing, or I want to continue growing, or I feel stuck myself and I want to help.
Right.
So yeah.
And Saturate America is not to one city. It's what? It's nationwide, right?
Yeah, it's nationwide. Correct. Okay. Yeah.
So if you guys want to pick up on the Saturate America, women want to get involved with Empower, is where to get involved, and it's serving your community, to be impacting your community. Okay, so Home for You by Floyd P. Rogers. I want to thank you, my friend Minister Jane Otto. Thank you so much. All right.
Pleasure.
Well, you gonna come back again?
I'll come back.
All right. You're not gonna be too expensive. So Home for You by Floyd P. Roberts. To see this video in its entirety, or the length of the video, log on to my YouTube channel at Floyd P. Roberts. Home for You by Floyd P. Roberts on YouTube, and it's there. Other than that, we'll see you next week. Bye, you guys.